it should have a copy of it in your packet. If not, I'll read it. He sent it to the Grapeland City Council, GLO contact number 12-517-000-6742. Ike, round 2.2, water system improvements. From Joe Evans, project number 1068.001.001. Activities completed, submitted 30% plans to HNTB for review and comment. Received email today from HNTB stating acceptance of the 30% plans by Mr. RAMAKRISHNA, POCKIRAJU, PE, engineering. Attended, that's a tough engineer, I just hate to tackle him with words. Attended presentation of Lufkin Civic sent up by GLO on Section 3 requirements for Round 2.2 projects. And it brings me to inform the council. I attended the meeting in Lufkin also about the Section 3 requirements. In these Section 3 requirements, it deals with contractors that win the bids and contracts over our projects here in Grapeland. In the Section 3 policy, and we posted, I asked Donna to get it off the computer and post it on our bulletin board. It's there for all the citizens, it's there for everybody's use. It basically concludes with this, that anytime we have a contract and we select a contract, that contractor has to be involved with a group of regulations, Section 3 regulations. You know, we have Section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on and on. But this Section 3 that the GLO has allocated to the cities in getting these grants, that they have to hire at least, or their business have to compose of 51% minority. Low income, not minority, low income. Low income has to be on 51% of low income. So that means in the future, when we as the council, the mayor, and the citizens of Grapeland accept a bid on any projects that have been approved through a grant, not a loan, a grant, then we have to ask that entity that receives the bid if they meet Section 3 qualifications. Now, if we borrow money from a borrowing entity, like we did with the street fund from the bank, we do not have to meet that Section 3 requirement. That is money that we borrow that we have to pay back. It's good for us to do that. But there is, the regulation does not make us do that. But any grants, we have to do that. And the policy is posted, and any of you like to read it, please read it. But we had a great attendance at the Lufkin Civic Center by the GLO and the lady that presented it. It was a good presentation. And this deals with round 2.2 of the Hurricane Ike project. As you all know, we're at round 2.2 now. We're working on round 3. And that's something, while I'm here tonight talking about this, that's something I'd like to sit down with the council later on. And I know me and Mike have come up with our ideas, but you know, you all have to approve these ideas. And I'd like to sit down with each one of you, take time out to sit down with each one of you and talk about round 3 or leftover 2.2. And I did receive a letter from the GLO in reference to how the leftover, and I'd like for you to read that at your earliest convenience, how the money would be reallocated through the GLO, if it's not in your packet. The other thing I want to talk about is, and I'll pass this around, we got a new rate schedule for Centerpoint Energy, and I'll pass it around. Pretty thick. And while we're passing that around, I also got a report of aggregation fees, in which really we don't have to act on this, but it is for your information of the TSB Energy Cooperative. You know, we agreed, I think, somewhere along the line that we would go along with the school in our energy source, and agree with that. And this is what they're telling us about their hikes and rates. Let me pass that down, Ms. Nichols. And we'll save this other two. Now, I don't think you have, do you have this in the folder? Dead cog? We received a letter from Dead Cog. And this letter came from Walter Diggers, who's the executive director of Dead Cog. And those of you that don't know what Dead Cog means, it's Deep East Texas Council of Governments. Here's the letter. It says, Dead Cog County judges, mayors, city managers, economic development corporations, chambers of commerce, consultants, and interested parties. From Walter Diggers, executive director. Date February 4, 2013. It says, subject Dead Cog Forgivable Loan Program application. Notice request. It's in that packet?
Yes.
Okay. And y'all can read this. Basically, but I do want to give you a summation of this. You know, when I read it, I first thought, boy, we couldn't be able to apply for a bunch of money. Let me tell you the story about this. The county is getting $355,000. Houston County is being allocated $355,000. Of that $355,000, Judge Ford asked me how much do I want, and I told him all of it. But we will not be able to get all of it. And this money can be used for working capital, for individuals. It can be used for equipment purchases, for businesses and individuals. And it can be used for real estate purposes with businesses and individuals. And it is forgivable under these terms. First year, they forgive 50%. Second year, they forgive the second 50%, which total of 100%. The purpose of this forgivable loan is to try to replace some of the jobs when you buy working capital, when you buy equipment, or you purchase real estate. This allows people to do some jobs. You know, if you buy equipment, say Councilman Moffitt, you bought 3 18-wheelers, because you can't get that for $355,000. But you'd have to hire 3 drivers, because you can't drive all 3 of them. If you bought, Mr. Shepard bought 2 dozers and 2 graders, he'd have to hire 4 people, because he can't operate 3 people. He can't operate all 4. Councilman Lombrero, say he buy some real estate, and you know it needs cleaning. He's going to the agency, FSA, Farm Service Agency, to get it some grass planted on to get it improved. What will he have to do? He'll have to hire somebody with a tractor, somebody with some equipment to help clean this real estate or build a fence. So this is what this is for. Now, this is a 72-page application. Okay? This is government money. It's a 72-page application, and the minimum that you can apply for, in which I told the judge, you got to give us $50,000. It's $50,000. But I said all this to say this tonight. I want to inform everybody here in the city of Grapeland. There is an opportunity there, and my office here will be glad to help you in any way if you have some individuals in mind that would be concerned. Or if you don't want to consult me, Judge Ford will be receiving the money. Houston County, he's the judge, so he'll be receiving the money. So you can coordinate it through him, which I wouldn't want to put all this on him. You can go on the internet, or you can call Rusty Phillips at the number that I gave you earlier. Or you can reach him at our Phillips at deadcog.org, or you can call Bob Bashaw at bob.bashaw@deadcog.org. These 2 individuals will be able to help you with this. Any of you council members or any visitors here tonight that are aware of anybody that needs to apply for some assistance in their business and dealing with working capital or dealing with real estate or dealing with equipment, you're welcome to try to apply, notify us, and we'll be glad to point you in the right direction. If you don't want to come by this office, you can call Dead Cog office, and Rusty and the other gentleman will be able to help you. And that's about it for all of my mayoral FYIs. Anybody have any questions? Okay. New business. Call city election for May 11th, 2013, and appoint election judge. This is something we do every time there's